Smart speaker. And on the air since 78, John Boy and Billy Mornings. Classic rock all day, every day. KZ106. A Cumulus Media Station.
It's 12 o'clock at KZ106, WSKZ Chattanooga. This is Kelly McCoy. In the difficult days following September 11th, 2001, KZ106 began playing the national anthem each weekday at noon in memory of those who lost their lives that horrible day and to honor the men and women of our military who risked their lives each day to protect our freedoms. We have not forgotten. The tradition continues.
Happy Thanksgiving from KZ106, Art in for Dylan today. I hope you're having a great day. Well, I've got Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant queued up and ready to roll over here in just a moment. Arlo, the name Arlo, where did that come from? Well, his dad, folk icon Woody Guthrie, thought it was a good name for a professional. Not sure what he intended, but maybe that is a good name for a professional. Why do radio stations play the song on Thanksgiving? Well, the crime that occurs in the song happened on Thanksgiving Day. And by the way, the song is based on a true story. The official name of the song is Alice's Restaurant Massacre. The last word meaning a series of absurd events. Listen to the song. I think you'll agree. It is a series of absurd events. Our Thanksgiving tradition at noon every Thanksgiving Day on KZ106, Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant.
This song's called Alice's Restaurant. It's about Alice and the restaurant. But Alice's Restaurant is not the name of the restaurant, that's just the name of the song. And that's why I call the song Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Now it all started 2 Thanksgivings ago. It was on 2 years ago on Thanksgiving when my friend and I went up to visit Alice at the restaurant. But Alice doesn't live in the restaurant. She lives in the church nearby the restaurant in the bell tower with her husband Ray and Facha the dog. And living in the bell tower like that, they got a lot of room downstairs where the pews used to be. And having all that room, seeing as how they took out all the pews, they decided that they didn't have to take out their garbage for a long time. We got up there, we found all the garbage in there, and we decided it'd be a friendly gesture for us to take the garbage down to the city dump. So we took the half a ton of garbage, put it in the back of a red VW microbus, took shovels and rakes and implements of destruction, and headed on toward the city dump. big sign and a chain across the dump saying closed on Thanksgiving. And we had never heard of a dump closed on Thanksgiving before. And with tears in our eyes, we drove off into the sunset looking for another place to put the garbage. We didn't find one. Till we came to a side road, and off the side of the side road was another 15-foot cliff, and at the bottom of the cliff was another pile of garbage, and we decided that one big pile was better than two little piles, and rather than bring that one up, we decided to throw ours down. That's what we did. Drove back to the church, had a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, went to sleep and didn't get up until the next morning when we got a phone call from Officer Ogie. Said, kid, we found your name on an envelope at the bottom of a half a ton of garbage. Just wanted to know if you had any information about it. And I said, yes, sir, Officer Ogie, cannot tell a lie. I put that envelope under that garbage. After speaking to him for about 45 minutes on the telephone, we finally arrived at the truth of the matter and said that we had to go down and pick up the garbage and also had to go down and speak to him at the police officer station. So we got in the red VW microbus with the shovels and rakes and implements of destruction headed on toward the police officer station. Now, friends, there was only one or two things that Obie could have done at the police station, and the first was that he could have given us a medal for being so brave and honest on the telephone, which wasn't very likely and we didn't expect it. And another thing was that he could have bombed us out and told us never to be seen driving garbage around the vicinity again, which is what we expected. But when we got to the police officer station, there was a third possibility that we hadn't even counted upon, and we was both immediately arrested, handcuffed. And I said, Obie, I don't think I can pick up the garbage with these handcuffs on. He said, shut up, kid. Get in the back of the patrol car, and that's what we did. Sat in the back of the patrol car and drove to the, quote, scene of the crime, unquote. I want to tell you about the town of Stockbridge, Massachusetts, where this happened here. They got 3 stop signs.
The Green,
Police officers,
looks like the Green Day Packers play today.
They do. They play in Detroit. It's probably on. We're going to pull for the Packers.
The Green team?
Yes.
You have a guy playing?
I have to check. I think so.
Going to the Green Day Packers? We're going for the ones with G's on them?
Right.
Yeah!
And then took 27 8x10 colored glossy photographs with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one explaining what each one was to be used as evidence.
My Georgia ball will be kind of good for it, for the G with it.
Sure.
Don't it seem like mean the same thing as Georgia Bulldogs?
It's got a G on it. Starts with a G.
After the ordeal, we went back to the jail. Obie said he was going to put us in the cell. Said, kid, I'm going to put you in the cell. I want your wallet and your bill. I said, Obie, I can understand.
What?
Unless they go to Georgia Packers and take a picture of my Georgia Bulldog ball, let's not get the Bulldog in it. Let's get the G. Let's get the G
Just
only.
get the G.
That'll work, won't it?
Well, sure.
I said, Obie, did you think I was going to hang myself for littering? Obie said he was making sure, and friends Obie was, because he took out the toilet seat so I couldn't hit myself over the head and drown. And he took out the toilet paper so I couldn't bend the bars, roll the toilet paper out the window, slide down the roll, and have an escape. Obie was making sure, and it was about 4 or 5 hours later that Alice, remember Alice? It's a song about Alice. Alice came by with a few nasty words to Obie on the side, bailed us out of jail. We went back to the church, had another Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, and didn't get up until the next morning when we all had to go to court. We walked in, sat down. Obie came in with the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back each one. Sat down. Man came in, said, all rise. We all stood up, and Obie stood up with the 27 8x10
Take a picture?
glossy pictures, and the judge walked in, sat down. We was
Let me see.
So you can't even tell.
We
Hey,
sat
good.
down.
Go Packers, yeah. That'll work.
Go Georgia Packers.
Green Bay.
Go Green Day. Hope we beat. What's the other team's name?
It's Green Bay versus Detroit.
Go Green Day. Go Green Day, hope we beat Detroit. That's what I should say.
Green Bay.
Go Green Bay.
Green Bay. There you go.
Will that work? That G will work.
Absolutely.
Go Green Bay.
Green Bay. There you go. Green Bay beat Detroit.
Pictures with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back, each one explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us. And we was fined $50 and had to
Alice's
take out the garbage in the
restaurant.
snow. That's not what I came to tell you about. Came to talk about the draft. Got a building down New York.
This is what I got so far.
All right, let's hear it. Let's see. Aim it down this a bit. Go Green Day Packer. Let's beat Detroit. Change that third word from day to bay. B-A-Y.
Go Green Day. So Green Day was right.
Green Bay.
Go Green Bay. Bay. Let's
what's
beat
in his ear.
Detroit.
There you go. Go Green Bay. There you go.
Beat Detroit. Hope we win today. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
That's what I was thinking.
A big old ear.
I want to see blood and gore and guts and veins in my teeth. Eat dead, burnt bodies. I mean, kill. And I started jumping up and down, yelling, kill. And it started jumping up and down with me, and we was both jumping up and down, yelling, kill. And the sergeant came over, pinned the letter on me, set me down the hall, said, you're our boy. Feel too good about it. Proceeded on down the hall, got more injections, inspections, detections, neglections, and all kinds of stuff that they was doing to me at the thing there. And I was there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I was there for a long time, going through all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly things, and I was just having a tough time there. And they was inspecting, injecting every single part of me, and they wasn't leaving no part untouched. Proceeded through, and when it finally came to see the very last man, I walked in and sat down after a whole big thing there, and I walked up and said, what do you want? He said, kid, we only got one question. Have you ever been arrested? I proceeded to tell him the story of Alice's restaurant, Massacre, with full orchestration, and fine part harmony and stuff like that, and then all the phenomena stopped me right there and said, kid, did you ever go to court? I proceeded to tell him the story of the 27 H-by-10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one that stopped me right there and said, kid, I want you to go over and sit down on that bench that says Group W. Now, kid. I walked over to the bench there, and there's Group W is where they put you if you may not be moral enough to join the army after committing your special crime. And there was all kinds of mean, nasty, ugly-looking people on the bench there. Mother rapers, father stabbers, father rapers sitting right there on the bench next to me, and one, they was mean and nasty and ugly and horrible and crime-fighting guys are sitting there on the bench. And the meanest, ugliest, nastiest one, the meanest father raper of them all, was coming over to me, and he was mean and ugly and nasty and horrible and all kinds of things. And he sat down next to me and said, kid, what'd you get? I said, I didn't get nothing. I had to pay $50 and pick up the garbage. I said, what were you arrested for, kid? I said, littering. And they all moved away from me on the bench there to carry eyeball and all kinds of mean, nasty things. till I said and creating a nuisance, and they all came back, shook my hand, and we had a great time on the bench talking about crime, mother stem, father rape, and all kinds of groovy things that we was talking about on the bench. And everything was fine. We were smoking cigarettes and all kinds of things until the sergeant came over, had some paper in his hand, held it up, and said, "Kids, this piece of paper's got 47 words, 37 cents, and 58 words. We want to know details of crime time, crime, and else kind of thing. Got slap time, 20 bucks, crime, want to know the rest of the officer's name, and that kind of thing. You got to say it, talk for 45 minutes, and nobody understood a word that it said, but we had fun filling out the forms and playing with the pencils on the bench there. I filled out the massacre with the 4-part harmony and wrote it down there just like it was, and everything was fine, and I put down a pencil and I turned over the piece of paper, and there on the other side, in the middle of the other side, away from everything else on the other side, in parentheses, capital letters, quotated, read the following words. Kid, if you rehabilitated yourself. I went over to the sergeant and said, "Sergeant, you got a lot of damn gall to ask me if I've rehabilitated myself. I'm sitting here on the bench. I'm sitting here on the Group W bench. Because you want to know if I'm moral enough to join the army, burn women, kids' houses, and villages after being a litter bug." He looked at me and said, "Kid, you don't like your kind. And we're going to send your fingerprints off to Washington, and friends, somewhere in Washington, enshrined in some little folders and study in black and white of my fingerprints. And the only reason I'm singing you the song now is because you may know somebody in a similar situation. Or you may be in a similar situation, and if you're in a situation like that, there's only one thing you can do, is walk into the shrink wherever you are. Just walk in, say shrink. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk out. If one person, just one person does it, they may think he's really sick and they won't take him. And if two people do it in harmony, they think they're both faggots and it won't take either of them. And if 3 people do it, can you imagine 3 people walking in, singing a bar, Alice's restaurant, and walking out? They may think it's an organization. And can you imagine 50 people a day? I said 50 people a day walking in, singing a bar, Alice's restaurant, walking out. And friends, they may think it's a movement. And that's what it is. The Alice's Restaurant End-Time Massacre movement. And all you gotta do to join is to sing it the next time it comes around on the guitar. With feeling. So we'll wait till it comes around on the guitar here. Sing it when it does. Here it comes.
You can get anything you want at this restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Right in.
Just half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. That's horrible. You want to end war and stuff, you gotta sing loud. You can put a lot. I've been singing the song now for 25 minutes. I can sing it for another 25 minutes. I'm not proud. Or tired. around again. This time with 4-part harmony feeling. We're just waiting for it to come around is what we're doing. Alright now. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Accepting Alice, you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. They'll walk right in around the way, just half a mile from the railroad track. And you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. At Alice's restaurant.
Dear Lord, thank you for this Thanksgiving holiday. Hi, this is Pat Benatar.
Neil Giraldo.
Hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Stuffing more classic rock into your speakers.
I love Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, KZ106.